All right, guys. So I'm pretty sure you have seen a lot of videos about people trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, right? And people being upset about Dave Chappelle and his recent comedy special. Now, this story right here, right, about this specific person getting upset is the most hilarious one to me because it just kind of highlights exactly kind of what Dave Chappelle was talking about, right? And what got these people so upset, which is kind of how the LGBTQ community in 2021, it seems today that they have the most rights and privileges in this country. You know, they exercise power in ways that is not necessarily beneficial to black people sometimes, right? And that essentially, in my opinion, is what Dave Chappelle was kind of getting at. Okay, now I'm not sure if Dave Chappelle is woke. I don't know, right? I think he's just trying to be funny, which is what I love about comedians, right? I think that everything should be on the table, right? I like my comedy raw and uncut, right? Give it to me raw. That's how I want my comedy. I want every race to be up for jokes, okay? I want to hear it all, okay? That's why I watch comedy. I can't watch watered down stuff, okay? But, you know, the left wants to create a society where we have watered down comedy, right? Where we're trying to coddle to everybody's feelings. And I'm glad that Dave Chappelle is not doing that, because again, that's not what makes comedy great. What makes comedy great is the uncutness of it. But anyways, this transgender writer who quit Netflix to protest Dave Chappelle is getting blasted, right? People are saying F out of here with that BS, okay? And this transgender writer happens to be one of the main people kind of running the show at the Netflix series Dear White People, which is a series that essentially kind of outlines, it kind of follows the experience of black students on an Ivy League campus, and it kind of highlights modern issues of race through a progressive lens. I have not actually seen the show. I have not watched one episode because, like I tried to tell you guys, I don't have Netflix. Even if I had Netflix, I would probably watch anime, right? I don't think I would be watching Dear White People if I had Netflix. But anyways, let's read here. Jocelyn Moore, the white male-to-female writer and showrunner of the Netflix drama Dear White People, is getting blasted on social media. Many are calling BS on Moore's decision to cut ties with the streaming giant in protest of Chappelle's latest stand-up special. Quote, the showrunner of Dear White People is not only a white woman, but a person who spent the majority of her life enjoying the privilege of a white man. And now she calls for a boycott of a black man because he doesn't acquiesce to her worldview, read one of the many tweets pouring in after Moore declared being done with Netflix as long as they continue to put out and profit from blatantly and dangerously transphobic content. Again, exactly what Dave Chappelle was highlighting in his special, right? The privilege of certain people in society, right? This person is doing exactly what Dave Chappelle was talking about. It's absolutely hilarious. And again, as you can see here, these people who claim to be progressive, who claim to be so pro-black, right, is calling for a boycott of a black man because he said things that he/she didn't like. It's pretty hilarious. Jocelyn says on Twitter, I love so many of the people I've worked with at Netflix, brilliant people and executives who have been collaborative and fought for important art. But I've been thrown against the wall because I'm, quote, not a real woman. I've had beer bottles thrown at me. So Netflix, I'm done. All right, well, Netflix should just say peace, right? I can't wait till these companies actually realize that this woke stuff, this far left woke stuff, it's only temporary, bro. Like, it's going to go so far that it's not going to be profitable, right? Because they think it's profitable right now. That's the problem. Okay, these companies think they can make a buck off of it. So they're like, oh, let's be woke. Okay, but it's only going to go so far because these people are insane. They're crazy. And they're trying to run the show. They're trying to tell Netflix how to run their company. You can't put Dave Chappelle's comedy special on Netflix because I'm offended. Again, they think they're running things. Quote, wait, the showrunner of this black show is white. Complaining about a black man, said one user. Get the F out of here. Backwards BS. White trans woman who profited off black trauma via a show called Dear White People, trying to get Dave Chappelle canceled for calling out racism within the LGBTQ community. That's interesting. Read another tweet. Again, I love when the woke revolutionaries fight. Right? The woke revolutionaries, when they infight, which seems like what's happening here, it is hilarious. Another user said Netflix Dear White People showrunner may get canceled for trying to get someone else canceled. Yeah, who in the council mob, right? Who in the woke victimhood mob has the most power? That's what I want to see here. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to get canceled first? People are just now finding out that white liberals control black content because Dave Chappelle pissed off the Dear White People showrunner. Wait until they find out they control black politics, said someone else. Hey, listen, for the most part, I can say that on the left, you know, a lot of these pro-black people, you know, again, you know, MSNBC, a lot of people complaining, you know, about white folks. They take their checks, right, from these same sources. Okay, they're not independent, right? They don't have their own platforms. Okay, they're not doing it themselves. They're not entrepreneurs. They're employees. Okay, so yeah. Dave Chappelle, meanwhile, is getting the last laugh and doubling down and defending his critique. F Twitter, F NBC News, ABC News, all these stupid ASS networks. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you. This is real life. Chappelle reportedly said at the Hollywood Bowl in Las Vegas on Thursday, where he repeatedly received a standing ovation. If this is what being canceled is like, I love it. Okay. Yeah. So, this is hilarious. Okay. This was absolutely hilarious. Again, how you have a trans person who claims to be progressive, who has a show that basically is a victimhood show about black people, trying to cancel somebody black because they said something that they deem to be transphobic at a comedy show. Again, it's absolutely hilarious, right? And I love when the woke eat each other, right? When they go after each other in regards to stuff. But it'll be interesting to see if this person actually follows through with what they're saying. Okay, if they actually decide to leave Netflix. And it'll be interesting to see, who does Netflix care about the most, right? Do they care about Dave Chappelle the most, or do they care about this person? Who do they care about the most? And Netflix, I blame them for putting themselves in this situation, because when you lay in bed with woke revolutionaries, you have to deal with the consequences, right? When you lay in bed with extremists, you have to deal with the consequences. So I don't feel bad for Netflix. This is what they deserve, because they've went too woke. They're too far with this. So, hey, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.